Hello and welcome to another Spotlight. With me is Monica Matar in observance of National Health Literacy Month. Hey, Monica, how's it going?
It's going well, Chris. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. Is that been a crazy busy week? Um, Lots going on my way, but hey, what's new, right?
That's life.
Well, and that's the phrase that I've started using a lot with my daughter.
Uh-huh.
Life be lifing, right?
It does. You're like, sometimes you need life breaks though.
Oh my goodness. So this topic in itself, Monica, as you very well know with your background and health and wellness and
hmm
just exercise, the way you keep up with things, right?
hmm
You have some familiarity with a lot of this. We all have some experience with being literate from a health perspective, if and thankfully a lot of us do have a primary care physician, have another healthcare professional that we see on a regular basis where we receive health related information, right? We
hmm
want to ensure that we understand that information in some capacity, but just as important, for the information we don't understand, we would know, hopefully, how to pose the right question to get the answers that we need. Just health literacy, right? It means and it looks like several different things to a lot of different people.
hmm
What comes to mind when you hear health literacy?
I think that's two different things come to mind. One is I believe, our medical society well, at least here in America, that we're just trained to, see our doctors. If there's a problem, go and get some medication. They pretty much give you a band-aid, but our medical system here doesn't really fix the issue and
Right.
never really gets to the root issue. Instead, they just want to, give you some drugs, or do a surgery, cut it out, or zap it out with radiation or chemo, but they never really try to cure you, because it's not a money making business if you're healthy.
Monica,
So that's my.
you just said a mouthful. I had to I intentionally interrupted because I just had a couple of
Mhm,
conversations like this, one earlier this week and one last week, about that very thing. So
mhm.
forgive me for butting in, but
Oh
you
no,
just
it's
made a
fine.
that was a very very poignant point that a lot of people feel the exact way as you.
Yes. And so I was saying that the other part of it, though, is that I believe, instead of the traditional system that we have, I believe in natural medicine, natural cures, preventing sickness and disease in the first place. So then that way you don't have to, try to fix it when it's almost too late.
So
But
Monica,
that's not our traditional American. The doctors aren't taught in school to cure people, or what the natural means are. Instead, they're in bed with the pharmaceutical
yeah,
companies, because they make a killing of money just to keep people on drugs.
absolutely. So another note, I'm gonna make a mental note, and I'm gonna take some notes literally when
hmm
we're done with this. I would like to discuss that very thing
hmm
because I know not a lot of folks who do the help me natural healing. What is holistic heal?
Yeah, holistic or naturopaths.
Thank you, thank you,
hmm
thank you. I know a couple people who practice and kind of toy
hmm
in that area, if you will.
hmm
And I would like to actually have a segment on that. What are some of the things that you do to stay on top of your health literacy? I'll just state it as plainly as that.
One is that I'm always learning and seeking knowledge. But two, I've done a few things over maybe the past 10 to 15 years. I've lost the track of time. But what I did is I went to um, I use household products and skincare products from a company called Melaleuca.
Oh,
And and pretty much they're natural, non-toxic, non-cancer causing ingredients. So then that way, so I'm always trying to be on the offensive instead of the defensive. And so I'm like, as much as possible, I'm trying to use safe laundry products, skincare, hair care, makeup, because all
Mm.
of our products just have so many toxins in it that causes degenerative diseases and cancers and all of that sort of thing. So it's like, so I did that. Then I also use a product called Juice Plus, and I'm not here just to like pump the businesses, but
Yeah, yeah.
there's something that I use because Juice Plus is a pill form, a tablet, or not a tablet, it's like a capsule where
Okay.
it's just like maybe 33 fruits, vegetables, and berries and plant-based omegas. And so I take those every day. I've been taking them for years. And so what it does is that I stay healthy, I rarely get sick, I
Uh-huh.
have energy. It stops me from aging aggressively, like it just has all these benefits. But pretty much if you avoid the toxins that are in our products and you have fruits, vegetables, and berries, your
Okay.
body can't grow cancer because you keep your body in an alkaline state. And so a lot of people are ignorant where they don't, like, our diets and our lifestyles, like our water is acidic, our bottled water, our food that we eat is acidic. And so our bodies are like these acidic like entities, so cancer just can grow. And so that's why cancer is at an all-time high, because our bodies are not alkaline. And so I try as much as possible to get all the fruits, vegetables, and berries, by taking these products, because it's like close to impossible to eat 30 something fruits, vegetables, and berries a day, and it costs a ton of money to buy all that stuff and to
Right.
eat it. So anyway, so instead it's like it's in a tablet form. And so I've been doing that, and I've also been um, drinking alkaline water for maybe the past 5 years, where I get
Mhm.
it. I have an alkaline filter, or I, back in Chicago, when I lived in Chicago, I used to go every week and buy alkaline from a health food store that would had an alkaline machine. So I would
Wow.
just fill up my jugs every week. So anyway, so the point is that I try my best to do everything in my power to avoid, so that I don't get cancer, or I don't have tumors, or I don't get arthritis, or all the different things that people struggle with. Another thing is our food. Like,
Mm.
I've been eating for my blood type for the past year or so now,
Oh, my
and
my
that's
sister, my
yes,
sister just foot stomped that a couple of
yes.
months ago.
Yes, eating for your blood type. If everybody would do it, it's a simple app on our phone. It's like $3.99 for the app, or you could buy the book. But it's easier on your phone, because that way, if you're at a restaurant or grocery shopping, you could just quickly check which foods that are
Yes.
toxic to you. So
Yep.
like I'm type A. So for me, type A, I'm not supposed to eat meat at all. I'm not supposed to really have dairy products. Other people shouldn't really mess with dairy because it creates so much mucus, which causes sickness and inflammation.
Okay.
But anyway, if you eat according to your blood type, then your body doesn't have all the toxins because you're eating wrong. And so the number one cause of all disease is inflammation. And so if you're drinking milk and tons of cheese, like people in our country, they just want to eat pizza all the time. They're eating just all this garbage.
Don't talk
And
about my
so
pizza.
they're inflamed, and so you gain weight, you feel sluggish, you have gas, and your body begins to get disease, and you begin to have arthritis because you're eating these foods that are causing inflammation. And so
Wow.
I'm like, so health literacy is like a huge thing, because most people don't know about what they should and shouldn't be eating.
Right.
I mean, we know what's healthy and what's not, but
Yeah.
even
Right.
there's healthy foods that where it's like, if you're a type A or a type B, like I'm not really supposed to have. I think it's like say cashew nuts. You
Oh.
know, I'm not supposed to have cashews, or I shouldn't really have like avocados. And so it's like there's fruits and vegetables that are healthy, but they're not healthy for certain blood types.
So Monica,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, that's okay. So you are
Mm-hmm.
armed with all
Mm-hmm.
of that information, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most folks aren't,
Right.
myself included.
Uh-huh.
But I'm curious, just to pivot just a little from that. How do you, knowing that again you are equipped with that type of information, and you know it is trusted, tried it, right? You know it's proven, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you approach your primary care physician with that type of information? Like, You know what I
Yeah.
mean? How do you?
Yes. Well, I've only gone for like routine checkups when I have to, or
Uh-huh.
if I'm like, or in the past when I've, been really, well, even when I'm sick, like when I'm sick, I usually won't even go to the doctor then, because a lot of times they're like, well, there's really nothing we could do, but you just need rest and drink plenty of fluids and, take some pain pills. Anyway, the point is that when I have gone to the doctor
Uh-huh.
with problems, and they tell me like what the issue is, I
Hmm.
take their, when they run their tests or do their blood work or whatever they do, I use that information, and then I go to a naturopath with my problem, and then I get a natural remedy that actually works. So that's how I utilize the health profession, just to identify what the problem is, but I don't go to them for the solution.
Ooh. Oh, that now that's a dime. That is yeah, give me your, prognosis, diagnose, whatever.
Yeah.
And now that I have that information, I'm going to use this other avenue to remedy the
Yes.
situation.
Yeah, because you need the X-ray or the MRI or the blood work. Like, you need the proof, to see like what's really going on. So you
Right,
utilize those means, but
right.
then you go to the people that can really help you, or go to the food or the herbs or whatever it is that's gonna cure
Yeah.
your situation.
So Monica, a okay, armed with the information, you take it to your primary care physician, or who you're having
Mhm.
to evaluate you, if you will. You do those things, you take those steps or what have you. Um, have you ever been involved in a situation in the past where you had to kind of handle, what turned into a situation when it came from something like that, or?
Yes, I have a perfect example. What was it? 2000, I think it was 2003.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, no, no, I'm wrong. It was my last, sorry. It was my last child, so it was 2007.
Okay.
I was pregnant with my third child, and when I went in just for an ultrasound to check on the baby,
Mm-hmm.
they found that I had an 8-inch tumor. And so I wasn't aware of this. The only thing that was fishy to me was that, I was only maybe 2 months pregnant, but I looked like I was maybe 5 months. So I had a big belly already. So my clothes weren't fitting. And I was like, I know you're not supposed to be this big this fast, even because
Wow.
I've been through this before. So that was a little suspect. So anyway, so from the ultrasound, they find that I have a 8-inch tumor. And so the doctor, being trained in our American medical institution, was just like, okay, he sent me um, to the cancer ward, just to make sure that this tumor wasn't cancerous. And so it turned out it wasn't cancerous, it was
Okay.
benign.
Okay.
But he was still like, well, we have to remove this tumor. And so I took his information. I was like, well, thank you very much. I was like, but you're not going to operate on me. And so what I did, because I was pregnant, so I knew that if he cut me open, remove this 8-inch tumor, I'm either going to lose the baby, or if I don't lose the baby, because I was cut open, I'm going to bust open as I continue to grow from this pregnancy. So I was like, there's no way you're going to operate on me. I'm going to find a natural remedy. So I took his information, and I found a Christian naturopath
Okay.
in Indiana that my mother went to for another issue. And
Wow.
so I just called him up. I was like, I've got an 8-inch tumor. I'm pregnant. Is there anything that helps with that? So he's like, oh yeah, my wife had the same issues. It's a simple herb. And so
Mm-hmm.
he mails me like, maybe, was it 3 bottles of this herb, and
Mm-hmm.
then another 3 bottles of another herb mixture, where it would support my liver. Because he's like, these herbs, these plants pretty much are going to break down the tumor, but because those toxins are being broken down,
Right.
your liver can suffer damage from the toxins coming out. So then he gave me something to support the liver, like
Wow.
a liver tonic so then my liver wouldn't get destroyed. So anyway,
Wow.
I took these tablets. I had to take maybe 9 pills a day for a month. And within a month, well, actually, I should go back. Within 2 weeks, I'm taking this, but I'm not telling my medical gynae because they don't believe in
Yep.
natural
Right.
cures. So anyway, I go and in 2 weeks, my 8-inch tumor shrinks to 4 inches. So they're like, oh, so I'm like, wow, okay, it's working and it's working fast. It was only 2 weeks. So then I go back the next 2 weeks when I'm done with my bottles, and I go back for an ultrasound, and the doctor's like, it's gone. Your tumor's no longer there. And he was so mad. He did not ask me, and this is what got me. He did not ask me, what did you do to get rid of this tumor? Because me being a doctor, a trained physician, I know that tumors don't just disappear, you know? And so anyway, but he was so mad that he was just like, it's not there anymore. And that was it.
I'm gonna start calling you Miss Holistic Health Literacy. I mean,
Yes.
no, because those are some dimes, some nuggets. I'm telling you, these are the folks who I've been talking to, who I've run into over the last several years or so, who again, they like the holistic medicine, and I think that's the term that most of them use.
Yes.
Yeah, but and a couple others that it slips me at the moment. But Monica, we're going to be talking about this again.
But so anyway, whenever I get an opportunity, I'm just trying to tell everyone, to have their fruits, vegetables, and berries, so then that way they don't even get sick in the first place, and they
Yes,
don't, it reduces the aging process, and it just does all kinds of benefits for us because God created all this food,
that's
and
right.
if we eat it, then our bodies are going to operate at optimum level. Yeah.
Well, Monica, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Good
Thank you.
grief. That was a wealth of information. And to the audience, I hope that resonated with you as much as it did for me.
Mhm.
Thanks for your continued support, supporting the channel and such and sharing the information as well. Come do some life writing with me as well. And remember, this is where information is shared, as you just heard, in hopes to help you write the life you desire. Take care. Monica.